Okay, this is my friend Leif Gantvoort. Is he around? Leif Gantvoort. Seeking writers/performers for new show. Reads the notice in the rear section of Backstage West. In 1999, for us non-represented Hollywood wannabes, this is the only way we can find work. I need work. So sitting there in my boxers, enjoying leftover breakfast pizza, that headline intrigues me. After all, I moved to LA as a writer/performer, but nearly 2 years into that dream, I wasn't doing much of either. The notice goes on to instruct, send writing sample and headshot to the Beverly Hills offices, of Playboy. Now, I was a big fan of Hugh Hefner's work all through puberty, but this is not a career path I would ever be able to mention to anyone in my family, especially not my Bible-beating grandma. Yet I know deeply that the aforementioned dream is shackled to my ability to pay rent. So I half-heartedly stuffed some sketches rejected by SNL for being too edgy, and a headshot I picked up at Ray the Retoucher into an envelope and drop it in the mail, expecting this to be like every other attempt to find work in this town. But 4 days later, Playboy pages me. They want to meet with me in Beverly Hills, 90210. Brian Austin Green, stand aside. Leif Eric Gantvoort is coming to town. The day of the interview, I'm financially forced to skip the meters and find a parking spot in the surrounding neighborhood. I try and decipher the many signs and do the math. If there's no parking between 8 and 8, and 2-hour parking on Wednesday and Friday, and today is Monday, or is it Tuesday, and it's 9:30, but it's a non-holiday permit situation, and if the train is traveling at 65 miles an hour, at what time do I just give up on my dream and move back to my farm in South Dakota? I risked the ticket, grabbed my satchel from the car, and scurried to their building. And it's a nice building. Is it the manifestation of my dreams nice? No, it's Playboy. So chin down, sad Charlie Brown music playing in my head, I walk in. Now once on the elevator, I'm slapped with a foul odor I cannot identify. Is it the smell of porn? Rotten eggs? Both? Or is it just the manifestation of sin invading my nostrils as the devil's welcome mat? I arrive on the 4th floor and bound out of the elevator, hoping to leave the stench like my dreams behind. The lobby is elegant. There's a water feature, leather couches, classy stuff, financed through smut, but classy smut. Yet still, there is this fetter. The smiling face of the bunny-esque receptionist suggests she doesn't mind the tang. Maybe abandoning your morals and working in porn also includes a desensitized olfactory. But who am I to judge? I'm here to join their ranks. Sorry, Grandma. Moments later, 2 well-dressed producers retrieve me. Both are younger and attractive in a key club bro kind of way. Not at all the fat, balding, cigar-smoking, sexist Playboy execs I had envisioned. A quick nice to meet you, and they lead me to a back room. And everywhere I look is the veneer of legitimacy. Cubicles, work suits, staplers. I don't know why that all surprises me. I guess part of me wants to see people having sex at the water cooler. But part of me is totally happy they aren't. Because if they're legitimate, then me being here is legitimate. We arrive in their massive boardroom, and as I sit in one of the leather chairs, I notice under the long table on the carpet a pile of something. Almost vomit-like in texture with grit and creaminess simultaneously. Maybe a remnant of last night at Key Club. As soon as I notice it, one of the smiling producers notices me notice it and says, "Oh my God, is that the smell? I have been wondering what that was." He apologizes profusely and asks if I want to meet in a different room. I, always the person wanting to please, during a meeting say it's fine. But it's not, because it reeks to high hell. So I do my best to ignore it and lay into the pitch. I know they're looking for writers for a reality courtroom series, like a Judge Judy of sex. And I have just the story that should fit. I have a good friend with a medical anomaly. The access hole to her vagina has an extra piece of skin, dividing that hole, connecting both of her labium, meaning she has two holes where normally there's one. I use this real-life occurrence as the launching off point for my courtroom idea. A married couple needs the Judge Judy of sex to settle a dispute. Before their wedding, the woman told her husband she was still a virgin. But what she didn't reveal is that she was only a virgin in one of her vaginal holes. I know, it's horrible. But the producers love it. They love me. Now, why couldn't this have been Disney, who the story would have never worked for, or Miramax, who the story would have totally worked for, or any other company more respected than Playboy? But I'm in no position to be picky. When they suggest I would play the part of the husband, I am legitimately excited. I would be acting on TV in a piece that I wrote, The Dream, writer and / performer, until they reveal the next part, the plot twist. For this particular reality show, when the Judge Judy of sex makes her ruling, the litigants have to act out her ruling right then and there. If my character won the case and I was to de-virginize my wife's additional hole, it had to happen in front of the Judge Judy of sex, the bailiff, the cameras, and the world. They assure me it would be simulated sex, no actual penetration, so not reality, but more reality. I doubt Grandma would be able to decipher the difference. The producers revealed that the next part of the interview involves me getting naked and being photographed, and I'm a little taken aback. Then I'm surprised at being surprised. This is Playboy, dummy. Plus, I had just acted in a play at the Hudson Theater where I played a stripper that actually got butt-ass naked every night. A performance where I once had a $20 bill shoved up my asshole by Andy Dick. Welcome to LA, farm kid. Being naked didn't feel like a big deal then because I was doing theater. I was doing art. So I don't rush into their smiling request to photograph my kibbles and bits. But then I remember that I have to pay rent and possibly a parking ticket. I take off my shoes, my shirt, and then my socks. Shoes, shirt, and then socks? I even fold my shirt and put it on the boardroom chair. I never fold my clothes at home. What am I doing? Am I somehow trying to find the professional way to get naked in a meeting? Eventually, I drop my pants and boxers and stand in front of the lens. The room's a little cold. And it takes a long while for the first flash to go off. There's an even longer gap as the high-pitched whir charges the flash for the second pick. The whole time, these two men are just politely smiling, not saying anything. Why are they so relaxed? How many dicks have these two seen? Don't they have any jokes for this moment? Even a joke about my chilly dick would be better than this silence. It feels so common that it feels cheap. I feel cheap. It's weird when the opportunity to make money actually makes you feel less valuable. I would have taken a financial transition from Andy Dick over this. Another flash, picture number 3 in the can, and it's over. They shake my hand. I put my clothes back on. I realize I shook their hand while still naked, which was the first of many second-guessing thoughts I have as I head past the mound of vomit-like stink, past the bunny-esque receptionist smiling and not smelling, into the elevator that continues to reek like sin, all the way to my car, replaying my mistakes. Maybe I should have cashed in that coupon for the local tanning bed. Maybe I shouldn't eat breakfast pizza every morning. Maybe I shouldn't have ever had a dream, because dreams can't really exist. But the biggest thought remains. There is now photographic evidence of my chilly dick within the stinky halls of Playboy. As I stand outside my ticketed car, toiling my life choices, I figure it out, why this particular moment stinks so bad. What had happened was that when I parked my car, did the math incorrectly, and pulled my satchel out, I unwittingly stepped into a huge pile of dog shit. I then proceeded to track that malodorous dog shit through the classy Playboy building, through the water feature lobby, past the cubicles of non-sex-having office workers, and into their boardroom, where as I turned to sit in the leather chair, I left the biggest pile of shit yet. The pile the producer noticed and apologized for. And when I got naked, I somehow missed it when I took off my shoes before my shirt and then my socks. I guess I was too focused on the professional presentation of my dick. My dick. A dick that to them smells like dog shit. It wasn't my best foot forward. Yet, 2 days later, as I sit through my morning routine, breakfast pizza in hand, they call my Motorola flip phone and offer me the gig at a rate that could pay my rent for months and the parking ticket. I thank them profusely and turn it down. Unbeat that Bible, Grandma. I honestly don't know if I passed because of the porn aspects or my worry they might be hiring me to confront me for what I did. I tracked stinky dog shit throughout Playboy in Beverly Hills. At the end of it, I got nothing. The city of Beverly Hills got $40, and Playboy got to keep pictures of my dick on file for eternity. I mean, maybe I did learn a lesson, because 10 years later, when I landed the lead role in a deferred pay, copy credit and meals feature film that required me to do a full frontal nudity, I didn't hesitate. Because independent film is real art. And making real art has always been the dream.